when I was a kid, I used to see the cover for this all the time and never saw the movie. It's just one of those. So I kind of thought it was more widely known than it actually is, more widely recognized than it actually is. But the cover image was really striking. It was like a metal ring around somebody's face where the face is like peeled off a bit and like stuck to the metal halo. So it's like the face is about to be pulled off on this. I don't know. It was an interesting picture. I don't think it ever happened in the film. It looked like there was going to be some extremely elaborate special effects based on that cover. And there were some special effects in the film, but it was more about the psychological aspect of it, I guess. And in that way, I felt like it was kind of effective, actually. I was a little bored at first, and I think it's up until the point where the protagonist gets a head injury, and then you no longer quite know whether the things happening to him are really happening to him, or if they're happening to him in his mind, or what his actual circumstance is, because he keeps talking to people, and people who deny his identity is what he previously thought it was, and telling him that he's actually a psychiatric inpatient. And then he wakes up and there's a whole different kind of reality surrounding him, and he learns different things, and then wakes up again, or by some other means finds himself in a totally different reality. That can be annoying, but I actually wasn't annoyed with it in this film. I thought it was pretty good, even though some of the acting was over the top. Some of the visuals were better than others, but oftentimes I thought the actors themselves looked ridiculous. Like when he was wearing a wig in some of his bandages, and also that guy was at a certain point. Yeah. Some of the special effects were a little laughable, but overall, when it started rolling on that whole thing where you're trying to figure out what is going on, I think it, at least for me, it really did hold my interest. And it's not to say there weren't dumb elements in it, but I felt like those dumb elements just added to this kind of sense of campiness that went along with what was actually working effectively too, and overall made it enjoyable for me. One of the standout things was they're in a lab with all these jars with brains in them, and the brains are just kept in these like cookie jars where you can just lift the lid off of them. They're not even really sealed. Not only that, the shelving are just like narrow planks just in the middle of the fucking room, just asking to be knocked over. Like the whole shelving unit eventually, I think, does fall over, and they all smash on the ground. But you would wonder, like, why would you keep that kind of shelving unit with fragile things just in the middle of the fucking room anyways, especially when breaking one of these jars is catastrophic. There's many ways you can store that stuff, even back in 1990.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.